Well, hello there everybody, Agent 256 here, and today we are going to be playing a game called the Stanley Parable. I've never played this before, so every experience in here is completely new, and I'm excited to see how it turns out, so I guess we'll just begin the game now. The end is never the end. The end is loading, that's funny. Okay. Guess we'll just get past the screen here.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Alright, so we're here, and I guess we'll
Stanley
watch this.
worked for a company in a big building
in case you
where
don't know
he was
about it.
employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so now I can control it. Okay, this is weird. Can I open this? Let me in. Let me in. Wait, how did I go down?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh, I can
What could it
crouch.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Thank you, Mr. Narrator. Very helpful. Okay, where's the meeting room? This reminds me of this weird place called the back rooms. Maybe I'll do a video on that sometime. Wait, what's that? Is this the meeting room? Can't open anything. Guess we'll go ahead, then. This is weird. Anything behind the door? No. Except me. Yeah, now I'm behind the door. I'm the doorman.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, but what if I don't want to enter a door on the left?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay, then. Where's the employee lounge? In here?
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
It is a very
Stanley
nice
simply
room.
stood here, drinking it all in.
I like a mountain. What? How nice.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Is the narrator being passive-aggressive to me?
At this point, Stanley's
Wow.
obsession with this room bordered on creepy. and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Thank you so much, Mr.
But at
Narrator.
last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
What's in this room? There's so many rooms with just screens here. That's another nice mountain. Okay, what's this? Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. This is
Stanley was so bad
creepy.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What is this? Just some weird, creepy sounds. Some boxes. Do not jump from the cargo lift. Do I go on here then?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Okay.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh. Who's
So
this
Stanley,
her?
your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who's this her? So I go through here. There's cables there. This feels like a really sketchy place where I would die. Should I go through it?
That's her, Stanley.
Oh my god,
You
that
need to be the
scared
one
me
to
so
do
much.
this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Is this the Matrix? Wait, what?
Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in
427.
and tell me all about your
Gotcha. Oh,
That
come
was...
on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying
Wow.
to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
This is... worrisome.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands
Okay,
nothing of
this is
him,
weird.
and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons.
Okay, so I
doing
just
exactly
push
what he's told to do.
buttons.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
That's an
One might even feel
office.
sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Chosen?
But in
Yeah.
his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions
Let me
into
out.
the unknown.
Can't jump.
Fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work
Let me
was
out.
a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
What happens if I...
And
watch
so he
TV?
began to fantasize
Wait,
about
what?
his own job. First, he imagined that one day
Wait.
while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Alright, I press H then? Goodbye, person who doesn't care about me.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind
You're still there.
The mere thought that his decisions would
I don't
mean
like
something
you.
was almost too wonderful to behold.
I don't like you, lady. You're scary. I'm not gonna take my eye off of you.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions.
I was turning into an office, oh no.
Baby, and he called it the Stanley Parable.
Hey, wait, that's the name of the game. So cool. I have kids. Okay.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I don't love you. I do not love you.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed.
No.
The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
No.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
Relatable.
But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Just not gonna do it then. This is super mental, so... He wants me to push the button, I think, but he's just saying that, so I don't push it. Or no, wait, I'm following orders, because he told me not to push it. But if I push it, then it's reverse psychology. Oh. Is that 0 then? Oh.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I'm questioning everything right now. Oh, look, a road. Is that a road? Is that a hill? Is that a sidewalk? I'm not sure.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And
Please die.
Pushed a button. And I tried.
I'm here again. What am I doing here? The door's open.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Wait.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait. Hey, wait, that's the same mountain that was in the lounge. There's all those back rooms there. Awaiting input. Username access. I think everyone here hates Mondays. Look, it's me, I'm the doorman. Haha. Nobody behind that door but me. Everything's locked.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Guess I should do that now. Nice clock. there. It's a bit bright out for noon. Noon's pretty bright, not that bright. Owie. So I go and no one
Yet
here?
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. That's very true. Fire the paper guy. Hire somebody to... What's going on here? The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Jim. Who's Jim? Jim. I'll keep that in my mind then. Another door. A broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Yes, I noticed, Mr. Narrator. Finally, a door that I can open, though.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Choice. Can't open this. This is creepy. This is a little scary, maybe. I'm in a parking garage.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
1, 2, B,
For example,
4.
why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
Is it?
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Wait a second.
He imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Wait a second.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
What happened?
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
Wait, that just
Stanley
flipped.
is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak
What's going on?
was quite a shock to Stanley.
The same three rooms repeating.
He was certain beyond a doubt that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Okay.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
Is it a dream?
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
Am I?
Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I don't think I am. I'm back.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
Oh.
Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
What's going on?
And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Ooh, Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and
Wait,
then
that's
collapsed
me.
dead on the sidewalk. And although she would
That's
soon
Stanley.
turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
That's me.
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Is she in control of
It
her
was
mind,
comforting
though?
to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then
I don't
she
know, it
turned
looks like
around.
a lot of time. I'm back here now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
Does this man work
Perhaps he
on
had
a
simply
pencil
missed the memo.
sharpener then?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
What's out there? How do I go?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Thanks, narrator man. Hey, look, it's the doorman again. The doorman. Just gonna test every little door here. What if I don't go in? Should I go in? I don't know if I should go in. I guess I'll go in.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't think I should. Where should I? Hello, Planty. I'm gonna name you Planty. You're my best friend now. I guess I'll go.
This was not the correct
through
way to
here.
the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
What's through there? Oh, look, it's another mountain picture. Employee 450 is also gone.
Wow.
What's this piece of paper?
This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
Is there anything
Thank
around here
goodness
that can
Stanley
help
had
me?
taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
The Royal Reverse Displacement Club, is that what that says? Discussions Club of Royal Revenue.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly kept but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I guess I'll take this.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I'm taking this.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from
Obviously, you don't know where it is.
Left.
No, I don't think it is.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Wow, Mr. Narrator, you're so smart.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Okay. There's lots of pipes. This is the pipe town. Pipe town room.
Right, left, down,
Pipe room.
left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Story? Truck. This is almost a bit like Portal. Portal, by the way, is going to be a Let's Play coming soon.
No. This isn't right at all. We're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, who am I kidding?
Where's
It's
Employee
rubbish
470?
now.
I'm right
The whole
there.
story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to solve
Nobody's
this
there.
nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay, well, I think that'll bring us to the end of this part of the Stanley Paradox. There's something very strange going on here. So to everybody watching, have a great week. Part 2 will be out soon. Thanks for watching.